Hey guys, welcome to my channel, The Homestead Quest. My name is Amanda, and today I'm bringing you guys along as I plant all the seeds in my garden. I'm also going to be treating with beneficial nematodes and mulching and watering everything in. So first we're going to plant the carrot seeds, and I'm going to show you guys my method that will bring germination to your carrot seeds every time. I know carrot seeds can be a little bit hard to germinate and to get right, but I have a way that I do it every year that never fails me. So first I'll show you the carrots that I've got. So I have Chabless Yellow, Yellowstone, Danvers, Atomic Red, Rainbow Blend, Littlefinger, and these Tonde de Parigi carrots. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that, but they're cute and round. And Black Nebula, which is one of my favorites. So let's get going and I'll show you how I sow my carrot seeds.
So here I'm just digging out some shallow trenches with my gardening shovel. Essentially, you're going to just take your carrot seeds and sow them right into the trench. The cool thing here is that I'm not going to have to bury them with soil at all because they'll self-seed.
Don't mind my chickens squawking in the background. So after I've dug the trenches and sowed the seeds, I don't cover the carrot seeds up with soil at all. They'll self-seed. But my secret weapon is vermiculite. I'm going to cover the trenches with vermiculite, then cover that up with mulch, and then I water twice a day. And honestly, I might see germination in as early as 3 days from now. That sounds crazy. I know carrots take a while to germinate, but me doing it this way, it has always been germination within a week. So trenches, sow your seeds, cover in vermiculite, the cover with mulch, and then water in very generously for that week, and you're gonna see some really good germination on your carrot seeds. It's never failed me.
So vermiculite is a naturally occurring mineral. It's made of magnesium, aluminum, and iron. After it's mined, it's heat treated, and it becomes a very lightweight, very good type of mulch.
For now that the carrot seeds in the trenches are covered with vermiculite, it's time to mulch. So you may be wondering, if you're newer to gardening, why mulch? There's a few very important reasons why you should mulch your garden. One, it traps the moisture into your garden beds. It helps with trapping the evaporation and keeping all of the water in your garden beds and keeping everything moist, which is essential, especially for the germination of carrot seeds. They have to remain wet. It's pretty essential for all seeds. But also because it covers the bare areas of your garden beds, and this prevents weeds from growing. Now you're gonna occasionally still get a weed here and there, but different seeds that are floating around in the air from different trees and just dandelions and stuff, it's not going to as easily access the bare soil and grow. So it's really good for weed prevention. And then lastly, I just think it's cosmetically nice looking too. I would stay away from wood mulch. Now these are pine shavings. In past years I've done just like wood chips, and it looked really nice, but it did kind of mess with my garden getting started quickly. And it's because wood in your garden beds is gonna mess with the nitrogen. That's why when I see people filling up their garden beds with like logs and stuff to fill up the space, it makes me really nervous because it's gonna mess with the nitrogen. It takes a very long time for those kinds of things to naturally break down. These are pine chips, like I said, which is technically wood, but for some reason it doesn't affect the soil the way that the other wood chips did. So, and I really do like how the pine shavings look as well. It's really nice. So we're gonna go ahead and cover the carrot seeds and vermiculite with mulch now. Now we're gonna very generously water this in. You honestly almost can't water carrot seeds too much before they germinate. Like, they really like water. This is a well-drained garden bed. Heavily water them in.
All right, so let's go back to the beginning here. Before I sowed any of my seeds, I amended my soil with an inch or two of compost on top. It's essential to feed your garden every year with new compost. This is aged chicken manure, and my seeds are just gonna love it.
So here are the beneficial nematodes. It wants you to use 4 gallons of water per 5 million nematodes, meaning you would pour this in 4 gallons of water. This is a 2 gallon, so I'm going to split it in half and do 2 separate treatments. And all of this should be enough for the whole garden space and all of the pots. So you don't want to do this in direct sunlight. Today is an overcast day, and once I'm done planting seeds, I'm going to then treat the soil with this and then cover it with mulch. So that way it's not going to get any of that direct sunlight, and it will give it a chance to do its thing. So windy, not very nice day today. But that works for the beneficial nematodes because direct sunlight can actually be pretty detrimental to them. So let's get to planting these seeds. I am pregnant, so I am taking all the precautions with the compost. I'm going to be wearing gloves. I'm also going to use a pencil to make holes. So on my arced trellis, I did cucumbers on this side last year. So I'm going to put them over here this year. That means the loofahs. That means the loofahs will go on this side, and I'm going to be planting with a pencil today. I am just going to end up choosing 5 healthy plants. I ended up putting 9 holes in though, just to make sure that I got proper germination. I'll choose the strongest 5 out of the 9 plants to keep. So we're going to go ahead and plant these. There's what the seeds look like. So on the other side of the arc trellis, I'm going to plant the cucumbers now. These are the CO long, and I loved those. Pickling cucumbers, and both of these are pickling cucumber. This is a muncher. It's kind of like those mini Persian cucumbers, and then this is like your regular sized slicing cucumber. So we're going to plant all of those. All right, as you can see, I have holes poked out for the cucumbers, and each cucumber is going to have 4 holes. So that's a section for one, that's a section for one, and so on. We'll start with the CO long. And then in these 4, we're gonna do pickling cucumbers. We'll do the Persian cucumbers next to that. And similarly to the loofahs, not all of these seeds are going to be chosen. So one of each set of these, the strongest one, is going to be chosen. So really there's only going to be 4 cucumber plants in here. Then the last 4 are going to be the slicing cucumbers. So now we're going to plant the cucamelons and the pole beans in the containers that are going to go along the long trellis. I had to move them for weed whacking, but they're going to be up closer. But I already prepared some holes to drop the seeds in. All of the big containers, the big black ones, are going to be the pole beans, and the shorter ones, the shorter metal one and the cloth ones, are going to all be cucamelons. So let's get those planted. All right, so now for pole beans, let's start with the asparagus red noodle. I put 4 spaces in each of those. I think I'm gonna have 2 plants per container. They actually share pretty well. I'm going to put 1 in each hole, and whichever 2 are strongest will stay. That's what those seeds look like. Perfect. Let's do the yard long noodle kings now. Those seeds are a little bit bigger. I'll do the purple pole beans now. Now we'll do the French gold pole beans. And that's what those seeds look like. Here are the cucamelon seeds. You can see they're tiny. Let's get those planted. Now I'm gonna do the little Prince eggplants. I really like them. I didn't really take care of the 2 little plants I did last year, and I was disappointed because I thought that the 2 eggplants I got were so cute, so I'm gonna take better care of them, but I'll show you where I'm gonna put these guys. In these 2 containers, I'm gonna go ahead and plant these guys.
And again, I'm over planting seeds to make sure that I can pick the strongest one. So I'm gonna plant the rest of the seeds spaced out in these. I already have my holes spaced out. And I have just enough for one in each hole with an extra. So we had to take a little break from doing the gardening. I have all of the seeds planted, but we got to take Mason Snake Steve to the guy that sold it to us because he's not eating. Poor Steve hasn't been eating, so we need to drop him off with the guy that sold him to us. Mason has no problems feeding the other snakes, but for some reason Steve's been being finicky, so we're gonna see what we can do for him. And for those of you who are wondering, yes, my 7-year-old daughter is the one that named Steve Steve. It's a funny name for an animal. All right, guys, I got my 3 tomato plants from the nursery. So this is a San Marino tomato plant. It's good for pastes and sauces. It's kind of like aroma. This is yellow pear. And I forget exactly what this one was called, but it's a bigger variety of like a black tomato. All right, the little tomato plants are all tucked in. They'll grow up this trellis, which eventually, before I need to start tying these off, I'm gonna move the trellis from the bottom part. We'll start there so that they have more space to grow, because this won't be tall enough. But for now, it's okay. So now I'm gonna plant my pepper plants. I spaced them out this way just in case I want to put 2 more in the center. I have all of the types I want except for the Thai peppers. So I'm gonna find those and then maybe one other kind of pepper that I want. And those will go there eventually. But I ended up getting everything that I wanted. I got 2 separate kinds of jalapenos, orange baby bell peppers, and poblano, and then pepperoncinis. But you guys see these, the flowers at this stage you want to pull so that the energy of the plant goes to the plant getting bigger. Otherwise I'll go towards these little peppers and it won't produce much. There we are. We'll cover them with mulch now. Here are the sugar pie pumpkins. What their seeds look like. And we'll do Jack B. Little in this container. These seeds look like. Here are those coarsen gourds. You have to nick the sides to get them to grow. And then the small white pumpkin. It looks like they're treated with a seed starter. They wouldn't naturally be this color, but. Alright guys, everything is planted and mulched and treated with beneficial nematodes. So my garden is great and good to go, except for that one gardening bed that we need to decide what to plant in there. But I'm really looking forward to an amazing gardening season. Thanks again so much for watching. Bye.